I feel that the qualities that a pope should have would be to be a man of the people, be willing to travel, listen to what people say, take it in, and also to ask God to give him the right choices.
Someone who is going to be able to preach it effectively, meaning a good communicator, and someone, I think, who can kind of make us feel good about being Catholics. So someone who is able, to kind of draw us around the church and our relationship with Christ.
As the Papal Conclave began today, people from around our region began sounding off on what qualities they hope the next pope will possess. Meanwhile, in Rome, the day ended with black smoke billowing from the chimney atop the Sistine Chapel, a sign there was no new pope, but that the business of selecting a pontiff was well underway. The universal sign that there is no new pope. Black smoke pouring from the chimney of the Sistine Chapel, ending this first day of the conclave. A momentous day highlighted by a solemn procession. All 115 cardinal electors taking an oath and vowing to faithfully follow the rules of the papal election, then entering the Sistine Chapel.
Extra omnes.
With those words meaning everyone out, the doors locked. The cardinals left alone to pray and to cast the first round of ballots in secrecy. And while no pope was elected yet, the first vote, experts say, is already having an impact, as the cardinals share dinner at their isolated temporary home within the Vatican walls.
They're encouraged to discuss among themselves. So they will have the vote getters from the very first vote, and then they'll talk about, now where do we go?
Now narrowing the field as the world watches this chimney for the first sight of white smoke, waiting for the next leader of the Roman Catholic Church.
We definitely want to experience it. There's nothing else that we'd rather do. We'd rather be here experiencing history.
The Cardinals will return to the Sistine Chapel in the morning, and from here on out there will be as many as 4 rounds of voting each day until one man gets 2/3 of the vote and is named the new pontiff. Now, FIOS 1's Natalie Patterson spent the day speaking with folks in St. Peter's Square, all of them just waiting for the first sign of any news. She joins us now from the Vatican. Natalie?
Well, the rain has finally cleared out and the crowds have also thinned out right outside of St. Peter's Square today. There were tens of thousands of people in this area, all flocking to witness this historic moment. A lot of people underneath umbrellas. The weather certainly did not dampen the mood earlier today. The excitement was felt by everyone here in Rome. For the tens of thousands of people who entered St. Peter's Square for the first day of the Papal Conclave, today was a day for both excitement and spirituality.
John Paul II said the new springtime, so I love to think of that, the new springtime of the Catholic faith.
As Diane and Bob Finnan walked through the walls of Vatican City, they were immediately swept up in the excitement of the historic moment. The couple is part of a pilgrimage group from New Jersey and told us when they first booked their trip to Rome, they had no idea it would fall at the same time as the conclave. Diane says she feels blessed to be a witness.
I'm looking forward to seeing a new reign and who it'll be.
Tuesday morning, the 11 American Cardinals boarded a bus to cheers and applause and made their way to the Vatican. After some final preparations, they joined the other members of the conclave in St. Peter's Basilica for Mass. The group Bob and Diane traveled with was one of the first to enter the Basilica.
We were probably the first 10 or 15 people in line, so we managed to get in the first couple of rows in the church, so we were very blessed.
Thousands of people watched the Mass and even knelt down to pray outside in the square. For many, it was a spiritual moment of reflection and prayer. For Bob, he says the day was a humbling experience.
We were there. We were, in the presence of a new pope. We know he was in the Basilica.
It did rain most of the day here in Rome today, but that didn't seem to keep away any of the people who came here to witness this moment. We expect just as large crowds to fill St. Peter's Square and the surrounding area tomorrow. People coming up the main street leading to the Vatican and the side streets, especially as the time draws closer to when the smoke is anticipated. The Cardinals tomorrow, the 115 Cardinals, will be casting 4 votes tomorrow. In Rome, Natalie Patterson, FIOS 1 News.
Natalie, thanks very much. Natalie will be reporting for us and for FIOS 1 until a new pope is chosen. We're going to be right back with more RFL after a quick break. Stay with us.